Yes, boss. See the topic, man. People will hate on you for making good choices in life. Now, I'm glad I could run this one. I don't think I ever did this topic before. But let's go right for it. So here's the deal. People hate those who make good choices because it's like somewhat of like you're like a reflection of who they aren't. You get what I'm saying? And when you make good choices in life and you have that willpower, that grit, or that want for something more, people are going to envy that. There are some people in this world who believe they can BS and play all day long and still end up with good results. You feel me? I'm not saying you can't be a person who started off slow and then you made the transition and you can't win. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there are people who believe that they can do BS scrummy stuff and still end up at like the finish line, the land of milk and honey. That's not how life really works. You feel me? When you do stuff like that, you're actually setting yourself up for failure. One of the biggest things you got to understand is when you're a successful person or you make good choices, your actual like choices in life, it highlights other people's failures. You feel me? So example, let's say somebody could have been in the same predicament as you, like successful or, could have went the route of success. They chose not to. They chose to do wild things or be bad or live for the world or whatever, right? And they see you actually thriving and living. Sometimes people can sort of envision themselves within you like, yo, I wish I could have did what they did. Or, you get what I'm saying? Sometimes that can draw envy out of people. And you got to understand that when people do these things, you got to understand that sometimes there are people who wasted their life and they didn't put it towards any much of a good use. Meaning, yo, in my 20s, all I'm going to be doing is partying. I'm still going to keep partying. I'm not going to really go to school like that. I might go to school, but you know what? I probably might just drop out. There are some people who believe that, they're going to have their youth forever. And that's not how this stuff goes. Remember this in life, bro. When you make good choices, you get good results. You feel me? It's just like you reap what you sow. You cannot be out here reaping negative seeds and then when it's time for you to harvest what you done planted, you expecting greatness to come up. That doesn't make any sense, bro. That makes no sense at all. So if a person has made good choices to get to where they are, you can't really be envious of that person because everybody has their own choices. Everybody has their own 24. Everybody knows what it is that they want. They may not know how to really get it, but everybody sort of somewhat knows what it is that they want out of life. It's just the choices that you make is going to make things easier for you to attain or it's going to be harder. As well as that, right? Cognitive dissonance, right? And I did use that before in a video before, but I never really explained it. So cognitive dissonance is a state of mental discomfort that occurs when a person holds beliefs or opinions that are inconsistent or that conflict with an aspect of their behavior. So in a nutshell, it's like knowing something is bad, but you still do it. So I'm going to give you an example into that, right? Let's say you know that you robbing somebody, there's going to have negative consequences. Are you lying on somebody? Are you hurting somebody? There's negative consequences. Why? Every action has a what? A reaction. Just because you might have done something today doesn't mean that it can't come back on you tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, you did something foul. Like, matter of fact, make it super easy, super small. Let's say you know that smoking is bad for you, but you still go smoke cigarettes. Cognitive dissonance. You feel me? You trying to get ahead in life, but you know what? I'm going to rob this person. I know it's wrong, but I'm still going to do it. Cognitive dissonance. You got to understand that there are some people who get mad at others for making good choices and feel like, who the hell do you think you are? You're such a goody two-shoes. I used to get called that a lot when I was younger because I made good choices. I'm not perfect. I made a lot of dumb choices, made a lot of mistakes. But what I'm telling you is, if you make good choices, people are going to envy you even more for that because there are some people who don't have that willpower on their own to go ahead and do those type of things. There are people out here who do some scrummy things and expect that they're going to get to the land of milk and honey. That's not how this goes. Then there's some other peoples who've been doing BS all their life, and that BS that they've been doing, they've dug themselves into a hole that they cannot get out of. Easily understand this. If a person makes good choices and they've been making good choices to be where they're at, you can't really get mad at them. If a person used their youth correctly, you cannot get mad at them. Remember what I said to you. I say this all the time in my videos. Use your youth to propel you forward in life. Make good choices. Roll the dice the right way. When you're doing these things, you're setting yourself up for the W. There's so much people I know right now in my older ages. I'm getting older and I'm still young. Yo, I wish I would have did this when I was younger. Or I wish I would have did that. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Or I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like, there's a lot of those type of people out here in the world. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if there are people out here who make good choices, who've really worked hard to get to where it is that they are, you cannot get mad. You cannot get bitter. You cannot feel inadequate because those people made good choices. Just like example, one of the biggest things I noticed about some people I've dealt with in my life, they were mad when they found out, yo, so you're not really from America, so you really came here and made something of yourself. Yeah, that makes people even more pissed off. Because why? As I stated before, if you never heard me say this, when you're not born in America, what don't you have? Citizenship. You have to apply for citizenship. You get what I'm saying? I came to this country as an illegal alien, and we'll call it like a resident. You feel me? I had to work on getting my papers, getting my citizenship, right? Once I got my citizenship, I made the most of it. You feel me? Even though I'm considered a second-class citizen because I wasn't born here technically, I still came here and made something of myself. Opposing the other people who don't like me, who probably was born here, was born with a silver spoon in their mouth, that makes people get pissed off. Who the hell do you think you are? It's like you trying to show me up or something. You're a goody two-shoes. Let me tell you something. When people view you as too good, if you never heard of this saying, I'm going to tell you, right? Whether you're too good or you're too bad, people won't want you. And I'm going to explain that. You know the famous saying, you cannot please people. Sometimes when you're too good, people aren't going to like you. Sometimes when you're too bad, people aren't going to like you. Sometimes people want you to be just right, just in the middle for them. Oh, you're too good. You get too much good grades. You have good manners. You have plans for your life. You have ambition. You're such a good person. I can't have you around me. You're too good. It's like to the point where some people cannot what? They can't stand you. Then you could be a person, yo, you're so bad. You're so bad to the point where, yo, all you do is cause trouble. All you do is wherever you go, you wreak havoc. All you go, wherever you go, you start shit with people. It's like, yo, you're a problematic person. It's like you can't even find peace around you. That's going to cause problems where people don't want you around them either. So remember this in life. Whether you're too good or you're too bad, people aren't going to like that. There are some people in life that they'll do whatever it is that they can to ruin your plans or dirty up your image or dirty up who you are or whatever because it satisfies them on the inside. You ever met somebody where it's like, yo, I can't stand this person, or I can't stand this dude, or I can't stand this girl. I gotta find a way to what? I gotta find a way to humble them. And they didn't even do anything. Every time he comes to school, he gets good grades. He's always the first person in class. Shit like this, it pisses people off. You want to know what else pisses somebody else off? Let somebody's parent or parents get a chance or a first-handed glance of knowing who you are, seeing how you are first-handedly. Oh, why can't you be more like this person? Or why can't you be more like this person right here? That's gonna piss some people off who are well knowing that, yo, they're bullshitting in life, dog. There's some people who really envy people for that. You got a good spirit, you got a good heart. Oh, I don't like that because I don't have it. You got to understand these things. Sometimes it's not even the fact of it's the person making good choices. It's who is the person that's making these good choices. You ever heard the saying? Some people say, yo, I'd rather it be this person doing that than that person. Like, let's say, yo, I'd rather see this person win, not this person. Because there are some people, they view others as relatable. I can see myself within you. You over there being a good boy, I can't see myself in you. Why? Because there are some people, they've been bad off the rip, one. There are some people, two, they threw away their innocence just to live for the world. 3, there are some people, they just don't resonate with that shit. We don't know about good people or goodness or shit like that. You get what I'm saying? That's why you got some people out here who do some reckless things and get mad at others for the good choices that they made in life when they downright know that they could have made better choices. It's just a willpower thing. It's a mental thing at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I just want to uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. Just understand this. In life, when you make good choices, or you plan on being the best you can be or whatever, there's going to be people who do not like that. Because why? It's not them. 2, some people, they don't even like the type of praise that you garner because they're not getting any type of praise like that. You ever notice that there's some people who go all the way out and get praised for being bad and that's where they get their love at? That's the type of love I'm looking for. Then there's some people who've never really experienced love or recognition for the good things that they've done. They've gotten sized for it. So that's why you have some people out here in a mixture who do different things. Or I want to be bad, or I want to be good, or I want to be good, I want to be bad. There's people who look at life in different ways. You just got to pick your poison and understand what works for you. When you make good choices in life, you're going to have good results. When you make piss poor choices in life, you're going to get piss poor results. I tell you these stories all the time, bro. There's people in my family who I know first-handedly have been doing piss poor shit from young. And guess what? Dun-dun-dun-dun. You got your piss poor results. Just came in the mail. Just like it's people out here who've done good their whole life and they don't see it. I'm going to share this to you because this was something I learned when I was a kid. And this is something that used to bother me a lot. Sometimes the good that you do in this world, you're never going to see it and it's never going to come back to you the way that you want it to. But when that time comes, you'll see the fruits of your labor. Meaning, people that you treated well, you probably might run into them later on in life. Some people who dogged you and you were respectful to them, guess what? They got to sometimes put their head down. Some people can't look at you. There's some people who know the foul shit that they do. They just cannot really live with themselves. Sometimes you may not get the result that you're looking for, but if you lay around, you'll probably get the answers to what you're looking for. Example, I remember, I'm going to tell you a quick little scenario, right? When I was younger, like I'd say this is when around the time when I was working for like plantation, right? And I had a conversation with my homie. I say, yo, like, you ever wondered, like, when you leave this world, how people gonna remember you? And when I said that to him, he was like, yeah, I've thought about that before, but I don't really get involved in that. I said, bro, you know that that's something that bothers me all the time? Because I had a lot of people who spread lies on my name, did a lot of foul shit to me. And that's another thing within that. There are people who will go their hardest to slander and smear your name so that people do not know who you really are, bruh. These are things that used to go through my mind. My mom did this shit to me. People who I thought were my friends used to smear my name. Bruh, you know, as soon as I asked that question to my homie, there was this dude in the park who remembered me. Like, literally, he used to try and upsell me on joining his company. I think it was Amway or one of those companies. The dude came up to me and said, hey, bro, like, I remember you. You remember me? You were the one who I asked to join Amway, and you kept rebuttaling me, telling me no. But at the end of the day, I told the dude, I said, bro, if you keep that same grit, you're going to get far in Amway. Because I'm going to be real, I normally shoot people down faster. He was just hella respectful, hella consistent, and his talk game for selling was on point. I said, bro, if you keep that shit going, you're going to be a monster in Amway. You know what this man said to me, dog? He said, bro, I don't know if you remember me. Last year, I tried to get you to join Amway, and you said, no, you wouldn't do it. He said, bro, I remember the words that you told me. Keep going. Bro showed me this thing where he's like one of the top people in Amway right now. And he said, bro, I remember what you told me, and I thank you for that. Literally, I got the answer what I was looking for. Because sometimes you could put out a lot of good in this world, but you don't see it. Then there's some people who put out negativity, and it seems like, oh, these people are reaping the rewards out here. Sometimes you're not going to get a chance to see the impacts that you've made in a person's life or the good choices that you've done It's just going to come back to you when you least expect it. And when it does, it's going to leave you flabbergasted, because that's going to answer all of the questions that you're dying to understand. If what you've been putting out is being received. If what you've been doing to help people genuinely, if people are appreciative of that. You get what I'm saying? 444 the world, man. Just remember this in life, dog. Always put your best foot forward and don't get mad if you don't see the results of your good choices. People who get mad at you for making good choices, that's their friggin' problem. You get what I'm saying? 444 the world, man. Peace.